What's up, guys? This is your boy Extreme Catfishing. Doing a little review here on the Grand Trunk Nano 7 hammock. Very extremely light. Some people backpack with it. I basically do day hikes with it. This is what I got when I ordered it. Basically, you get the Grand Trunk in its little small package, extremely light. You also get these two Mad Rock wire climbing carabiners. Now let me give you a little bit of information as far as the power that these guys can hold. You can use these for the setup. The basic way they have it is that you would basically tie these to one end of the hammock and then attach this to the other end of the hammock and basically put a rope to this around the tree, and there's your setup. Each one of these climbing carabiners, their strength is measured in what they call KNs or kilonewtons. So for this particular one that they send with the Grand Trunk Nano 7, across the spine, so that's basically, so it's basically across the spine, so across this way. So basically if you're climbing and you got this guy this way, up and down, it will hold up to 5,625 pounds of weight, basically, or pressure between the spine. The other way, so if you're doing it this way, up and down, across the gate, it can hold anywhere from 1,575 pounds to 1,800 pounds. So I'm telling you all that just to tell you that what they're sending you to hang the hammock is extremely strong, and you're probably going to be using it along the spine. And unless you weigh 5,625 pounds, which if you do, you won't be able to get in the hammock because the hammock will break way before then, because this hammock only holds up to 300 pounds, which is plenty. So basically, this is what you get. You get these two carabiners, and you get the Grand Trunk Nano 7 hammock here. Now I'm going to show you some other stuff here briefly, and a lot of what you're going to see here does not come with the hammock. This is all my custom stuff, and the next section of this video is going to basically tell you and show you my setup of how I got this my setup all together. So let me go ahead and show you this. Move these to the side here. These are my tree straps and my toggles along with my Dutch clip. And that's all used on each side of the hammock to basically wrap around the tree. It's also very strong, and they're each relatively light. Not as light as the hammock, but very close to the hammock's weight, each one of these sections. Like I said, these two do not come with the hammock. These are my setups. I bought these separately and basically set them up so that it would basically pertain to my setup. But I'm going to show y'all guys in this next part of the video how I set that up. Basically, I'm going to already have this set up, and I'm just going to kind of go through my setup. And if y'all guys have any questions or anything, y'all guys let me know. But basically, you know, minus this, that's what you get when you order the Grand Trunk, and that's actually plenty. I mean, you can buy you some nice strong rope and wrap it around the tree. They actually, I think they also sell a suspension that comes with this guy that you can buy with it. It's actually separate, and it works with the Nano, and you can actually use it to hang it up. But you can also do your own setup, and I'm going to actually do my own setup with these two items here, and I'm going to show y'all guys in the next part of the video that's coming up right now. So I'll see y'all guys in a bit. What's up, guys? It's your boy Extreme Catfishing out here. Doing a little review here on my new day hiking hammock. This is the Grand Trunk Nano 7. Awesome hammock, I can tell you right now. I got it hung out today basically because I'm spraying it down with Promethean for this month, so basically I'll be good for all my day hikes. But this is definitely going to be my day hike hammock. A little bit of background on this guy. It weighs an incredible small amount, and I can't to the life of me remember that amount right now, but it's extremely thin, a lot thinner than some of the other Grand Trunk hammocks, although all the Grand Trunk hammocks are pretty awesome. It's really light. It holds up to 300 pounds if I'm not incorrect, and it's a little bit smaller dimensions than the regular Grand Trunks. They're a little wider. This one's about it's a 9x4. When you get the hammock, it is not traditional with like war bonnets and switchbacks and some of the other ones where they actually come with the tree ropes. And I'm going to explain all this stuff to you. You're going to get the hammock itself, which is this guy here. And you're also going to get these two carabiners that are climbing carabiners, if I'm not incorrect. And to the life of me, I cannot remember the weight limit on them. I'm just going to put the data right there for you so you can see. You can look it up, and I'll probably come back and tell you some of the information I can't remember right now towards the end of the video. But it just comes with these two, and basically what they do is they have you run them through here, and then you tie a rope of some sort out to the tree. Someone who has a little bit more hammock experience than somebody just getting into the hammock world, did a little bit different. And I had a lot of help from my good buddy and hammock instructor, Terry Dodson. Thanks, Terry. So the way I got this hooked up is basically I went to Harbor Freight. I don't know if y'all guys have any Harbor Freights near you, and I got basically this seat belt. And it's dry, so I don't have to worry about Promethean on me. And basically what I did is I got some seat belt, and I believe, if I'm not incorrect, this came with a buckle on the end of it, which I had to cut off because I didn't want it, but that wasn't a problem. And I think these are 6 feet long, one on each end. And then I went online and got me one of these guys, and to the life of me I cannot remember. I don't know what it's Dad. Dutch clip offline, and I can't remember the name of the guy's name of the website, but if you just put in Dutch clip, or if you go to hammockforums.com, put in Dutch clip, you should basically see something in relation to where you can find some Dutch clips. That's the newest design. I've got one on each end here just to show you. Alright, and this is a personal touch here. I made a toggle myself, went to Lowe's and got a basically like a little post of wood, and basically had my buddy Terry Dodson go ahead and cut these guys into little lengths and drill a hole in it. Then I pull a piece of string cord through it so I can actually tie it and keep it with the rope itself. Very good. Got that on each side. And what I have pulling from the hammock, I don't have the carabiners. What I have basically is a soft shackle, or what I call a neck carabiner. So I have a neck carabiner on this end and on the other end here. And if you're not familiar with what a neck carabiner or a soft shackle is, Google that, or you can go to hammockforums.com. Those guys will be glad to tell you and give you pictures and video of actually how they work. So I got a neck carabiner on each side, and then I took a whoopee sling, again from my buddy Terry, and basically put a whoopee sling on one side of the hammock and attached it to the neck carabiner, and did the same thing, a whoopee sling on the other side. I've just got this stuff tied up here because I didn't want it hanging for the purposes of what I was doing. In the center, I have my own ridge line. And there's a couple of different ways that you can do a ridge line. But what I did is basically did a whoopee sling, but did a double-ended whoopee sling. So basically, I can adjust the whoopee sling on each end. So it's got a hook on each end, and I can adjust it on each end. And basically the same thing I did was I just went and I attached it right onto that soft shackle. So that soft shackle, which is made of AM steel, extremely strong. I think this is 7/64, if it's not incorrect. I am not worried about this snapping on me anytime, anywhere soon. I mean, this thing can hold up to, I believe, something like 1,200 pounds, and then it's doubled over itself because of the way the whoopee sling is made and the way the soft shackle is made. Extremely strong setup I have here. Probably could put an elephant in this hammock. The only problem is the hammock would break and not the AM steel, more than likely. That's a joke. I don't know. I haven't tried it. So basically, my entire suspension is made of AM steel. And again, if you don't know what AM steel is, Hammock Forums or Google it. This stuff is awesome. It is really, really cool. Like I said, it's a little less wider than your normal hammocks. And I'm trying to get in it, guys. So give me a moment here and let me get in it, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, so I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually sitting in the Nano, just to give you a little look at the suspension, and I'm actually at chair height, so I'm actually sitting in it like I would a chair, maybe a little bit lower than a chair, but chair height, and I'm going to lay back in it. Oh. And for the record, your boy Extreme Catfishing weighs about 250 and extremely comfortable, and I am not concerned about this guy at all. I mean, for it to be such a thin material, really awesome, and such a light material, really, really awesome. Of course, I got my ridge line I made here so I can hang my glasses from here, which I'm going to go ahead and do, and you guys have seen me do this in my other videos. So I can hang my glasses from here. If I have a hat, I can probably put it there. So what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to also get a smaller tarp for this guy, and this is, like I said, going to be my day hiking, my all-season day hiking setup. Maybe later we'll add in some other things, a tarp definitely, but not much else. Like I said, it's a day hiking setup. It's not something I'm going to be sleeping in overnight, so it's understood. And like I said, it's a little not as wide as your other hammocks. Like I said, it's 9x4, but it's still plenty of room for me. I think it's a great hammock. Excuse me, I'm trying to keep the sun out of my face. I think it's a great hammock, and I just got through spraying it, so I think it should be pretty dry, which is why I'm kind of laying in it now. It took me a little while to figure out the spacing for the ridge line, because you have to get it to, I think it's like 80% or something of that nature. Correct me if I'm wrong. I more likely am. It's another percentage that you're supposed to have your ridge line if you make a ridge line for your hammock, and you adjust it from there. So I had it at about 7 feet 9 inches or something to that nature, and it was a little short, so I had to adjust it out to get it to the lay that I like. And it just depends on how you like your lay. You know, if you like a shorter, stout, pulled up lay, or if you like a more stretched out lay like myself, then you can do that also. But as you can see, I mean, you get in it, it's going to stretch like any hammock, but I mean, this is an awesome hammock. Can be a little pricey. Got mine off of eBay, so I got it a little bit cheaper. And my shipping was awesome. Yeah, this is just great, guys. If y'all guys have any questions about this setup, feel free to email me, or you know, you're obviously watching my video, so You can access my page, you know, send questions. I haven't really thought about doing a setup video for this. Basically, it would just consist of making a whoopee sling and things like that. So what I am going to do in the future, I would like to do a setup video for this so that y'all guys, if you have nanos and you like to know if you like this setup or if you have different setups, I like to see that too, because I'm always open to you know, a different way to do something, especially for hammocks. I mean, it's just so many ways to do things, but it's comfortable, it's great. So if y'all guys have any input, things, ways that you think I can improve this, please let me know, and I'll be glad to take all the input I can. I think I pretty much basically covered everything. I'm probably gonna end the video with some of the questions, some of the things I couldn't answer, just so you know. And well, this is pretty much it, guys. So this is my review, real simple, straight to the point, nothing real too detailed. And I'm just trying to get back on my shoes here. Yow! The hammock there. And the one thing too, when I first laid it in the summer when it was a lot hotter, it has cooled down substantially here in South Carolina. When you sweat, you will basically sweat, because this is thin, it's breathable, but it will also sweat with you. It's not like the regular Grand Trunks where it's a little thicker material, so when you sweat you don't actually, it doesn't actually soak into the material unless you're just dripping, pouring. But because it's so thin and it's breathable, it'll sweat with you. But because it's breathable, that's a good thing. It won't pertain all the wetness and get you up feeling like you just took a swim in the lake when you have it. But I'm going to get pretty good here soon at setting this guy up. It took me a little bit of time to figure out the distances of my ridge line, and this is actually my first setup, minus my switchback, using whoopee slings. I've never used whoopee slings. I've always used tree huggers because I have a war bonnet, and I've never used whoopee slings. So basically that's what I'm going to be using now. So I'm going to get used to this setup, and as you can see, like I said, I just have this tied. But you got your knackerbiner here, my whoopee sling tied out to my toggle, which is tied out to the tree, and then this top part right here is my oh, it's okay, I'm sorry. There's a second knackerbiner here. So I have a knackerbiner here, which is for the hammock, and tied to here. Then I have a knackerbiner tied into this knackerbiner, which is where the ridge line is attached to. So it's on the two knackerbiners on each end. Basically, one into the ridge line and one to the hammock. And that's basically it, guys. Like I said, if you got any questions, I'll be glad to help you out. And I never use these two guys, mostly because they're heavy, and this is not a cheap hammock. Basically, I don't want to tear it, and you take the chance of this guy probably nicking the hammock, so I just kind of left it out of the setup. I can fit everything in the hammock bag that comes on the hammock here, this little small bag. The nano bag here can fit everything in it, with the exception of my belts and my toggle. And I also take off my ridge line when I take the hammock down, mostly because this has a tendency to get kind of tangled up. I may play with it a little bit more to see if I can leave the ridgeline on there, see how that works. If it doesn't get too tangled up, then I may leave it like that. If you guys have any suggestions as to something that's not too constricting or that would damage the am steel, as far as how I can tie the dangling whoopee sling lines out of the way, that's good too. But basically I just kind of carry the ropes with the toggles tied onto them separately, and it doesn't take up much space. I mean, it wraps up real tiny and tight. And that's it pretty much, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let this guy dry out a little bit more, and probably take it down. And that's my review of the Nano 7, guys. Like I said, it holds up to 300 pounds, and I'm a 250-pound guy, and it has no problem holding me. So, you know, shouldn't have any problems owning anybody else, guys. At least up to 300 pounds. Alright, guys, it's your boy Extreme Catfishing, and I'm out. What's up, guys? It's your boy Extreme Catfishing here. So this last part of the video basically here, and what I want to do is basically just answer some of the questions, some of the things I couldn't answer during the setup video when I was actually doing it. One thing is the Nano here, its weight is 7.4 ounces. Now, you saw all the am steel ridgeline that I was actually, my whole structure was ridgeline. In addition, I had some of the, I had these guys here, which is the Dutch clip, the toggle, and the rope. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say at max, my whole setup is probably 10 ounces. I didn't weigh it, but if this is 7.4 ounces, and this can't be more than 2 ounces right here. So that's actually still pretty good for an entire setup. I don't even add the am steel, because am steel is pretty weightless. I mean, to be honest with you. The Dutch clips that I have here I got from jacksorbetter.com. It's a great site. You can get a lot of other hammock stuff from there, but that's where I got my Dutch clips, and it seems to be the only place that I could find that actually had Dutch clips. And it's the newer design, so you don't actually have to take them off. They actually stay on the straps as you go along. The other place that I was talking to y'all guys about was hammockforums.net. Great place for anybody that's looking to get into hammocks. You go there and sign up, and you can even donate, which allows you to get to some other information there. But basically, it's a forum on hammocks, and a lot of the stuff that I was showing y'all in the setup video for the Nano, like the Dutch clips and the toggles and the Nano itself and the am steel and the ridge lines and the whoopee slings, all that stuff, you can go to the search spot on the site and put in those things. It'll bring up discussions and different of discussion threads for those particular things. So hammockforums.net, and you can ask those guys anything. There's a lot of hammock geniuses. I'm by far not a hammock genius. You can ask any of those guys, and they'd be glad to elaborate even more than you actually needed elaboration on. Those are real good guys on that site. The guy that I got my Nano hammock from on eBay, I'm going to give him a shout out. His name is Tommy847. He sold me the Nano itself, and the shipping was actually awesome. It was really quick. I think it's like in 2 days. I ordered it, and 2 days later I got it. I not very sure. I know it was in the U.S. I can't remember exactly where it was shipped from. Let me see if I can pull that up for you real quick. It looks like it was pulled in from Illinois. So I got here real quick, and I almost didn't even know that it was the hammock because it was so small. It actually came with another Nano type bag, which I'll never use. But that's basically it, guys. That was my setup. for the Nano. If y'all guys have any questions, have any concerns or anything like that, any additions, any things that you think I can to put to the hammock to make it better, please let me know, because I'm always trying to get my hammock set up lighter. I'm always trying to get it better, which is why I'm using the Amsteel. It's strong, it's light, and it's just Amsteel. You can't beat it. Alright guys, well basically that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, guys, feel free to subscribe to my site, feel free to like it, feel free to comment. We'll see y'all boys on the trail. It's your boy Extreme Catfishing, man, and I'm out.